Do you know there's a point where a doctor told me, Mama, you have to accept your daughter will never have to walk again. That was my most heartbreaking moment, and that's the day I decided I've had enough of Kenyan doctors. And on top of that, I was having friends tell me it's witchcraft. Some are telling me go to which church, uombewe. I even took her to some church, hata sitasema ni gani. Akarushwa, akaangushwa chini.
Nikiwa kwa kiti, matter of fact. Kiti ya chuma, by the way. So imagine pushing a sick person over a chair. Na si ati unampush politely. It's not even praying, it's like then cha. Like at one point I was talking to a neuropsychiatrist, to a therapist, telling me, a whole therapist reading me the Bible and saying it's all in your head, you can walk. You're telling me I'm faking, but you're still giving me medicine. Why are you giving me medicine? And you're saying I'm faking. You see? Because what do you mean your ego is so big that somebody can die in your hands in the name of you don't want to admit that you don't know?
My name is Saitwa Saituti. I'm a mother to this wonderful girl called Shannon. And we are here to talk about the journey we've had with the disease she has, which is called polymyositis. Polymyositis is an autoimmune disease. It's a rare one that causes inflammation of the muscles. It's a disease that is not very known here in Kenya, and we had so many challenges getting the right diagnosis here in Kenya. So it really took a toll on us. We went through so much. There was a lot of back and forth with the doctors. We visited so many hospitals. It took a toll on us financially. It also did a lot for her, especially emotionally, because of the pain she was going through. But I'm here to tell the world that we got a diagnosis internationally, and she's now back on her feet, managing, but she can do things she couldn't be able to do initially. So the autoimmune Shannon has is called polymyositis. Hers is mostly weakness in the muscles. It started with a cold allergy, and after a duration of a month or two, it manifested to numbing of legs. There was no sensation at all on her legs from the thighs downwards. Then later her hands, she couldn't be able to hold like a mug or anything on her hand. Even a phone was an issue, even a spoon, eating with a spoon. She was in a place where she couldn't stand on her own. She couldn't be able to walk, even go upstairs. She was actually almost bedridden because I was caregiving. I was doing everything for her, bathing her, feeding her. She was not able to do that. And it's a miracle for us to be here today and talk about it, because now she's walking. She's able to do all the chores. And that is God. That is a miracle that I didn't expect to happen this soon. I knew it will happen, but yeah, we are here because of that.
Lift your knee and take a step forward.
When I realized that something like wasn't right, I was in school. I started high school in 2024. So I was in high school. It was around second term ending. Then like I had a bit of a cold, and mom came to give me medicine. Then the day after, like when, we used to wake up at 3:30. If you want to shower with hot water, you go make a line. So I wanted to go make a line, but like I tried waking up and I couldn't, like my legs couldn't move at all suddenly. So I just said maybe it was the cold, and I slept because like leaving the dormitory, like you leave at 4:45. So I just continued slept, and like at 4:45 it was around, it was kind of better. So I forced myself to go, but like you could feel like something wasn't right because I wasn't going normally. I was wondering what is going on, but like the time like the sun had started to come out, I was better again. I was doing everything I was doing, and then at around 5 again in the evening, it continued. I tried standing, I fell. Yeah, so it was bizarre because like, so I thought since it's only morning and evening, and like, you know, the way school nurses are, if you tell them this and that, they'll say you're pretending. Because like, I tried going to the nurse, but like during the day I'm fine, I'm walking, there's nothing wrong with me, you can't see. So I just ignored it because like, if I can do everything during the day, it shouldn't bother. So it continued like that until we closed school in August. So when I came home, I told her, and she was like, you know, she also didn't take it seriously, because I also wasn't taking it seriously. So I was like, don't push it, because most of the time I'm fine. So we left it there. It didn't happen actually all that August. So like there's a day it was like at around 6. I usually play ball. I stood up because she sent me to the shop. I stood and fell like immediately. Then she was like, what's wrong, what's wrong? You see, that's where like when you see, you believe, you know, seeing is believing.
I almost got a heart attack because I was like, yeah, she's been talking about this Kuganda. I didn't know it is this serious. You mean it's this way? So I started making calls, calling guys, asking them, have you ever heard of something like this? How do you handle it? Who am I supposed to see? You know, it was confusing and it was at night. So sayo confusion ni mingi. It was so much. So people are like, hey, just kanda her with Vicks and Isorob, Majimoto, you know, like those remedies we used to do. Our fathers, our parents back in the day used to do like massage the leg with hot water, rub with Vicks, nini. So I was massaging it. The leg was coming back. Then kidogo, tena it's gone. So I'm wondering what the hell is going on. And it used to happen mostly in the evening, early morning. The numbing is there. During the day, she's okay. Then it went on like that until a point where now it's numbing almost the whole day. In fact, there's a day, the day that before she started numbing the whole day, she got numbing from her neck to her legs. So she couldn't be able even to wake up like this. So it was just her head moving. And that day, we were just being told by a doctor to go do an MRI and a CT scan for the brain, MRI of the spine. So I was waiting for, is it SHA or NHIF to be approved so that we go. I got a rejection the same time that happened. So of course I panicked. I just rushed her to Nairobi West Hospital to be checked. And that time she had to be carried. I had to carry her. I was carrying her on my back. She had to be carried to a cab to wheelchair to a bed because she's not able to move. Then other symptoms started appearing, blurry vision, her neck started paining. I think she had a neck pillow for the most of the time she was sick. Back pain, she started having tremors on her hand, she started having a leaky gut. So I'm wondering, and these things are appearing in sequence. Leo inatokea, nakaa after 2-3 days, ingine inatokea. And every time you're going to different hospitals, they're saying, this girl, it's all in her head. There's nothing in the reports. So I was so confused. I was so,
like at one point I was talking to a neuropsychiatrist, to a therapist, telling me, a whole therapist reading me the Bible and saying it's all in your head, you can walk. Like they're trying to be the next Jesus, but it ain't working. You're telling me I'm faking, but you're still giving me medicine. Why are you giving me medicine? And you're saying I'm faking. You see? So they know something is wrong, but they don't know what it is. But they can't be the bigger person and admit.
Can you imagine? These doctors were giving her nerve medication, and I think at some point they gave her, was it antidepressant? But most of them, like 3/4 of those we saw, were giving her nerve medication. Remember, she had just started having the numbing, the pain has started. It got to a point where the pain is too much. She's not even sleeping. I have to turn her after every like 30 minutes because akilala hivi, this side becomes painful. I have to turn her this side. It becomes painful. I turn her like this. It becomes painful. The whole night we were not sleeping. And yet when you go tomorrow to the doctor, they're like, this is all just in the head. It will just go away. You give it time. Or just accept the fact that it's going to be there. In fact, do you know there's a point where a doctor told me, Mama, you have to accept your daughter will never have to walk again. That was my most heartbreaking moment, and that's the day I decided I've had enough of Kenyan doctors. I'm not dealing with them anymore. I just have to try international now, because I had reviews, I had people talking, like they had positive results and testimonies from India, and I'd started having consultations with doctors from there. So whatever they were telling me was making actual sense, because they were talking about autoimmune. When I go Google autoimmune, I'm like, okay, by the way, this makes sense, this makes sense. Yeah, these symptoms make sense now with what you're talking about. Not that psychological these people are telling me. So it was very frustrating by the way for me, for her. It was just chaos, because we were not sleeping. Remember, now we are not sleeping during the night. During the day, we are in hospital the whole day. Because they want, alafu, they still want to do more tests. Today we've gone for this, tomorrow this one, the next day this one, the next day this one. So it's test over test over test. A different medication. This one will tell you, no, stop that one, try use this one. And these medications are not cheap. You're buying one tablet for like 100 bob. And you're being told buy for like a whole month's supply of medication. And every doctor gives you a different prescription. So what does that do to your pocket? Every time you're going with a cab. Every time you need medication, every time there's a new test being done. There's a day we even spent like 120k for just one day test. That is how bad it was. And at the same time, we are dealing with doctors not accepting the fact that they don't know. And at the same time, outside here, even we are dealing with some of the family not accepting it. Some friends or neighbors, you know, the time she's walking a bit, they're like, hey, Connie, what is happening? This girl, you know, like they're giving her weird looks. They're giving her, you know, those ones of like, hey, this one, even the sneers. So you can tell, even from people, like they're judging you. You don't have to be told.
Personally, I don't get bothered by people's looks, comments, or because people will be haters whether or not you're sick, whether or not you're well, not well. Because let's say I'm rich and another person is not rich. If I decide to be a hater, I can be one, but I'm not. It's all about the people's perspective, so I don't really get bothered. Okay, but I know a bunch of people, even a pastor. Okay, yeah, a pastor from our church. He like, this one time he saw me, like during the day, me and sweets, I like sweets very much. So when I could walk, I will go to the shop, buy a sweet, walk around while I still can. Then it reaches around 6 at the gate, like I was like about to enter, and like I think I just like, okay, before it comes, sometimes, you know, like, okay, there's a feeling, I can feel it sometimes. So like kuna venye I stagger, I like kuna venye I become drunk for a second. Yeah, so nikastag, akaniangalia akasema, si huyu niliona akikula sweet, alikuwa anatembea tu hapo. Ameniangalia, and you know, nile anakuangalia, but hata kusaidia, atakuangalia tu. Then the car judging, ameangalia, na akaendelea tukidrive. So like even my own cousin asked me, are you sure you really need funds? Ama mmekuja kutranisha me and Shush? Like, so you know, your own family is asking you and we're like, kama tungekuwa tunataka pesa, si tungekuwa tumeitisha kitambo sana. Why come up with something so fake? But all in all, I don't care about people's opinions. Because whether you're sick, whether you're not sick, you can be poor or like don't have the looks or anything. People will just hate you for no reason. Yeah, because, okay, let me see. Okay, let's say since I was born, I was like kind of unfortunate. Because same sijai kuwa na health 100%. Because like, okay, when I was born, I had like my flu is bad. It's like really bad to a point I can't breathe sometimes because of just a simple flu. Even my mom took me for an X-ray thinking I had a hole in my heart. Yeah, so like, let's say, okay, since I was sick, you know, unaambia teacher, you have allergies for cold. And you know, they're like, ni homa tu. And then kidogo homa tu ends up with me in the hospital. So you see, you can't tell somebody you have allergies for cold and they ask you, what's that homa? But like, my needs so bad, like, I don't know, my lungs, ribs, like this whole place. Like, my cough like can vibrate through the room. Yeah, it was that bad at some point. But so to say, my health haikuwa 100%. Then there was a time I had kind of a similar with polymyositis, but it was not an autoimmune. It was like I just started puking all of a sudden and like really, but like when I go for tests, like you can't find anything. And then some doctors are saying it's malaria. I took drugs for malaria for almost a month. It's not working. Then one day we just went to Mbagathi, like I convulsed. So when I convulsed, my mom rushed me to Mbagathi. I was just given a simple shot and I was fine. And they just said I had amoeba. But like, you see, the problem is if you don't admit to be the bigger person, somebody can die in your hands. So that is why, even though people ask me with all this experience, I don't want to be a doctor. Because that nini, of having your ego over somebody's life, it's not good. Because what do you mean your ego is so big that somebody can die in your hands in the name of you don't want to admit that you don't know?
She's strong. She's very strong. She is strong in a way I don't understand myself. Because me, at her age, I used to be a crybaby. I used to cry over anything and everything. I used to cry zile za kubabble because I want something very stupid. But Shannon here is strong, very, you know, obedient, very intelligent. She's very good at managing money. By this, some of the teachers even give her cash to keep for them. She's a mediator in school.
Me being me, I went back to school. The first day, they were checking assignments. Okay, so let's say I had done half of the assignments. And they were checking, like, ulikuwa unaingia like straight to the DH. And like, I don't know what happened. I was overcrowded, I just collapsed. Day one. And our school isn't famous for kind-hearted teachers. So, never collapsed. They are just looking at me and they're like, remove her from the line. Like, okay, let's say I don't faint. Because like, I can hear everything around me. Like, I can hear, but you can't see. My body can't move. And it's like, just, it isn't longer than 5 minutes. So even when I collapse, me, you know, I'm fine because in the next 5 minutes, I'll be up. So I collapse. People take me, they put me somewhere. They know I'll wake up, so they just leave me there. And they go back to the DH, continue with whatever they continue. I wake up, I'm confused. And then they see like, okay, we had this, I don't know if she was a senior teacher or like somewhere, I don't know. She was just a person who wasn't concerned. So she was just there looking at me. She's like, why are you on the floor? And she clearly saw me being carried because she was standing right at the door. And she looked at me, she's like, go back to the DH. So I just went back because what can I do? And it's the first day, they won't allow you to call your parents. So see me, I just continued the day. I went back to class after the whatever thingy. Nikaendelea tena maisha. After a week or so, things went bad. Ika progress, so like I wasn't working. So sikaendelea tu hivyo venye ikaanza tena hiyo usiku mchana. And then ikaanza continue until up to break. So people had to carry me. Then, now imagine, people in your own class can see you fall and look at you. And they're like, why are you on the floor? So like, but like me, I'm extrovert. So I had people from two, like big people, like you see the way, like in most schools, if you are like a higher grade than someone, you can despise them because you're like, when you mono, sijinini. But like, I had chill friends, walikuwa wananibeba, wananioshea nguo. Nini, they used to do things for me and like mtu mwenye nilala like chini yangu, ananiangalia tu. So you're like, how? So ikaendelea hivyo, people were helping me. Then some people in our class actually cared, so also them, but like the majority of the class, they weren't doing anything. So it continued like that, let's say for 1.5 weeks. I tried. Every day I was at that office. Then I don't know what happened. Like nikiwa tuko hiyo office, like senye naweza kompata ni senye niko better, unfortunately. So yeah, naona natembea na niambia so unakuja nifanye. Then after some time I passed out at the parade. Then like the process of carrying me, it was like after 5 minutes. By the time nafika kwa nurse's office, I'm up. So she's like, mbona umeleta na kuona uko sawa? They didn't mind. So I eventually went to our class teacher. Our class teacher was nice. So akaacha nimwongeleshe, I explained the situation. Yeah, then nikakujiwa.
The thing about teachers is something I did not know how to handle, and in most cases I used to lose my cool. As Shannon in her former primary school, they removed me from the WhatsApp group because I had to take an action with teachers because of annoying me. They kind of went above and I couldn't handle it. So I might have said some things that annoyed a few of them. I'm a big supporter of youth and teenagers and kids. I always defend kids. I'm a youth mentor, first of all. But thanks to my counseling, I also know how to do it with some decorum, with some integrity, and also just know how the bureaucracy works. If it's the head teacher you need to talk to them. If it's the person who treated the kid badly, maybe the class teacher, start there, then going up if it's not handled. So it's quite annoying. By the way, it's not me who's had such issues the first time. It's not happening the first time. I'm sorry to say, nowadays, most institutions, be it doctors, be it teachers, be it, I don't know, government offices, most of them are not doing for the passion. They're doing it for the money. So you find like a teacher will just come to class and teach. They don't care whether this child is sick or this one is not feeling well. You're sick as you. They can even tell you that. Only few, like in a school where they're like 30, you'll find maybe 5 are the caring ones. So it's something that's happening in most institutions. I think it's also contributing to the riots that are happening because the administration is not ready to handle kids. They are not ready to have conversations. And in this day and age, this group, you can't deal with them the way we used to be handled back in our days. I even saw on the news the other day, some teachers embarrassing some kids because they didn't have innerwears. You know, those are very funny things you don't expect to see in this day and age. Because this person is supposed to be a role model, a mentor. They're not supposed to embarrass a kid. That kid may never even want to go to school ever because of that incident. So it's something that annoys me, gives me ulcers. But I have to follow protocol. And when I was handling like her issue, I didn't get to talk or maybe have that conversation with administration because I had to think of her health first. Now we have to think of which hospital we are going, which physician or specialist you are going to see, you don't have time to go see the nurse or the teacher that ignored her, you know. And I know for sure she was given a shot by a nurse. And that nurse, I kept insisting to tell me which shot she gave her. And she refused to give me. I even think she blocked me. I came to later learn she was removed from the school. It's something that's happening in most institutions, sadly. Even right now, some teachers are not understanding why she's not able to sit for a long time in class like the rest. They're not understanding why she's not able to do some of the things the others are not. And they know her situation. They know her condition. So I don't know. It's just a hard thing. My breaking point actually was when one neurologist we had seen over a period of time, because we had seen almost like 10 or more specialists, but now that one we had seen her like 4 times or 3. So she told me I have to accept the fact that my daughter may never have to walk again because it's all in her head. And that was something that told me I can't do this here anymore. This can't be. And on top of that, I was having issues with family not understanding it. I was having friends tell me it's witchcraft. Wengine wananiambia tuende kwa waganga wanisaidie because we are not finding the diagnosis. Some are telling me go to which church uombewe. I even took her to some church, hata sitasema ni gani. Akarushwa, akaangushwa chini.
Nikiwa kwa kiti, matter of fact. Kiti ya chuma, by the way. So imagine pushing a sick person over a chair. Na si eti unamtoa unampush politely ni tia tena ni make sure umezoom closer. I always suspect kuna kuanga na paid actors because lazima kamera ikuje zoom in on your face usije umeanguka vizuri.
No,
there is nothing there. It's not even praying. It's like then cha.
Now I was going through so much time. We were both going through so much because we are having this many trips to hospital. Nothing is being seen. We are not sleeping because of the pain. Things are escalating every day. There's no hope because no doctor is giving us hope. Okay, I can't say all doctors were the same. There are like 2 doctors who really tried to help us. They really tried what they could. But now the problem is they didn't understand. In fact, one genuinely told me, a KNH doctor told me, this one is beyond me. I can't assist you. I don't understand it. She was honest. I loved that about her. Another one in Mata also. He tried all his best because we had done almost all the tests. He told me, we've done a lot. I can only maybe just give you a hint of what I think, but I don't think it's definite. I don't know. If you can get help elsewhere, you just go and do it. But the rest were like, no, I know this, I've seen this with many teenagers. It is hysteria, it's psychological. Hakuna ati, sikuambie kitu. Like, mpaka there is one who called me, kando akaniambia, wanachezeanga wazazi hivi. So I'm like, Ebu, don't start with me. I just put her off, So my breaking point was that doctor who told me that. And the fact that I'd gotten a friend who owns an autism foundation. She had approached me actually. She told me whatever she had seen with Shannon, because at this point I'd put like clips and 2 videos to see whether I can get help, even the financials, because I had gotten to a point I have lost my job, my finances are over, savings, kila kitu. So after someone had to push me to ask for assistance because I'm very proud. My ego is up there, but lazima ingeshuka. At this point, I didn't have a choice. So this girl told me, I've seen this condition somewhere. And the place I saw it, they fix such kind of situations. Can I refer you to them? Then you talk to them, you see whether they can assist. So those are Indian doctors. And we started consulting, and they gave me the hint of autoimmune. And after, there's a different approach with the Indian people and here. Okay, doctors in India, because pia huku kuna Indian doctors. But them, they are thorough. They ask you from the time this baby was conceived, how the process was. Were you stressed? Was there an incident that happened? Nini, any details, They want to know the history of this baby akiwa 0.1 ni minute old mpaka sai. They want to know the history, every ailment she's ever had, any incident, falling, does she play football, has she ever hurt herself, details. And they take this consultation serious. They'll do like 3 days. 3 days unaulizwa mpaka hata unakasirika ni nini nyinyi sasa, but that's different and it's good. It's not here.
Okay, my breaking point wasn't in Kenya. My vision went like my first time to be in an airport. I imagined ningekuwa na dharura kila mahali, naingia places, naenda hadi first class kama kuna hadi sikuwahi jua kuna nini huko, cause I couldn't stand. So imagine an 11-hour flight, you're cramped. Hausongi, 11 hours straight. I didn't go to the washroom, I didn't stand, I didn't do anything. 11 hours. Sit put. And watu wakilala, mimi naangalia tu ceiling, because I can't sleep. Even the lady next to us was kind. We talked to her. She allowed me to put my leg on top of her leg, because me, like that time siwezi. I would like to move, but I can't move. Yeah, but like I also felt comfort because I also saw another person in a wheelchair, so we were like 2 wheelchair people. Yeah, and when my first procedure square under anesthesia, and it was almost 60 shots. Yes, ushaisikia kama unataka kukufa but ukufi, body to wake up, because they're like 1 more. Like they didn't put me under any anesthesia, and it's like 60 shots. So you're there, haziishi, unadungo, haziishi. Yeah, the pain I experienced that day was real. Yeah, but other than that, and my only friend that I made in India, unfortunately, she died.
So we started consulting with the Indian doctors. I think it was mid or end October there. I think something like that. I can't remember properly. So I think by end of October, they had given a diagnosis, like not the correct one, because they said this is not to the correct, like you have to come here for us to give you the right diagnosis, because we need to do tests. We can't go with whatever test we have. Remember, the tests here, they're not even showing anything. It's just vitamin D is low, our white blood cells are low, but nothing is showing. So they told me they suspect an autoimmune called transverse myelitis. And they explained it's an inflammation of the spine, but it's not conclusive until we go to India. So they are like, we need 3.5 m for the whole treatment procedure, which was to take place in a month's time. And they assured me she'll be able to walk again, because she wasn't walking at all. Now there wasn't at walking, not walking. She was now not walking at all. And now that is where the test started. Because yes, I have hope. I've had the diagnosis, at least something, and it's making sense. But now, where am I getting 3.5? I'm almost finishing what I have, which is not even $250,000. So I start to think, and I'm like, okay, let me consult. I'm talking to my family. Them, they seem to be like, stories are jabba. Why are you exaggerating? Why are you exaggerating things? Why are you going to India na kuna daktari? I'm trying to tell them, we've gone to all the hospitals in Kenya, in Nairobi, sorry, and nothing has happened, and this girl is getting worse by the day. So it was back and forth. Hey, mi niko hapa. It's not like I'm not getting anywhere with this. Let me just talk to my friends. I talked to my friend, they advised open WhatsApp group, vichangia for you. Kidogo, some friends were like, okay, we'll open a committee for you. We'll have to have a fundraiser. We see how much you can raise. So we did first fundraiser. We didn't get all the amount. In that process, I happened also to, one of my aunt convinced family to come see us and see the situation. So once my mom saw Shannon the way she was, now she was convinced this is serious, there's something that needs to be done. So she called family. We did a second fundraiser at home. We didn't get all the amount, but at this time tumefanya test, tunaendelea. Now I've even told Shannon we're not going to continue with any more medication. Hatukunywi hizo medication. Because even the painkillers were not working. She was taking all the painkillers, including akina brufen nini, zile morphine, zile mzito, nothing was working. There's just one tablet that was working for like an hour in Acha. I think it was called pregabalin. Now, me, I said, you know what? It doesn't matter whether I have all the funds or not. I'm going to India with or without the whole amount. Mimi nikiwa huko, wacha tukwame, tukiendelea na treatment, whether we stay for a year or two, it's okay. Bora I come back while she's working. And that's how we ended up going to India.
People might think this is dark, but as for me, I prefer not to give myself false hope. You see? Okay, like, I am always in the middle, because let's say if you give yourself hope, like you've really given, then it doesn't come, like the disappointment that hits you will be very bad, like you can be like worse, you know, like autoimmune is stress. I'd rather say be in the middle. Don't expect anything, and also don't drag yourself down. Just be there. You're there, you're not disappointing yourself, you're not hoping for anything. So that means if things go either way, you'll be fine. Because if I be better, I'll be happy. If I don't get better, I'll still be the same because I didn't have any hope. You see? Like, the hope is there, but it's like, haijafika, you see, wale watu wanasema, ukienda hivi, utafanya hivi. Like, so unapea mtu like that hope. Then like, it doesn't work. You see, a lot of people get hit by depression and so much things. Yeah, so for me, I'd say don't give yourself hope. It's not good. Because I know a bunch of my friends actually, like, they want something, like, they really want to wameambiwa hivi na hivi utapata ikit. They don't get, like, they get so bad, like, mtu anachange, ulimjua hivi, and like, change into a whole different person by the next day. If you ask me, that hits you very bad. So like, when we reached India, okay, we were told that there will be a driver. So I don't know what happened that day, like, I don't know if the driver quit. So we have 2 suitcases, a bag, I'm in a wheelchair. We are trying to look for the driver. They all look alike. We don't know who is who. We don't know the name. We don't even know the name of the hospital. Hatujui kama tukiingia kwa taxi tutaibiwa. So tuko hapo. We are calling the hospital. They're saying, we are looking for another driver. The first one, we don't know what happened to him. And then after an hour or so, a driver finally came. It was really hot. And from the the airport to like the place was so far. I slept, I woke up, I ate, I drank water. We weren't there. I was so uncomfortable, but eventually we reached. Tukisema acha tulale. Madam, we need to take tests. They started drawing blood. What? Not even day one, the second after.
Yeah.
Then we're like,
They don't waste time.
how will we sleep? Because, so imagine, you know, okay, in a hospital bed, you know, I realized, okay, let's go back a bit. When I couldn't sleep at night, so my brilliant idea was to not sleep. So I used to watch from the time up to, we are sleeping up to 6. Then surprisingly, when I slept during the day, I was like kind of fine. The pain wasn't there as much. I needed to be done, but like after an hour or so. But you see, at night, it's like after 10 minutes or 5 minutes, I'm already in pain. So you see, I'd rather sleep if an hour, because like turning after every 5 minutes, that's not sleep. But after an hour, at least every hour, I get to sleep. So that was the method. So I haven't slept. In the airport, people are in the plane, people are sleeping. Hadi watu wamengorota, mimi nashangaa kwani hatufiki. Then I'm looking at the map or whatever that was supposed to be. Haisongi. Naiona tu iko hapo haisongi. Watu wamelala, lights zimezimwa. Kila saa wanaamka, watu imagine watu wanalala, but they're still passing out things to eat. Me, I was just eating because, well, there's food, so why not? Like her, she slept. My mom, amelala. She missed like 3 meals. Usiku tumeamsha tu. Do you want coffee? Do you want this? Sasa mimi nifanye mimi nakula sasa. Because people are asleep. So imagine kila saa wanapata tu mimi nawaangalia. Yes. Akiamka anaona kuna tray, anashangaa watu walikula saa ngapi. Mimi ndio hiyo sijalala. Tunafika. But sasa you see, okay, let's say if I was in a hospital bed, it's controlled by a remote. So that means if I want to turn myself, I can like control it to a sitting position and like actually move my legs for myself. So, or like if I sleep in a tilted motion, see like I can like my hands and like move my waist by myself if I'm in a like kind of sitting position. So that was easy if you asked me. Like say, sasa kwa bed nitapata wapi? And sasa venye niliona hiyo bed nilikuwa nimeipangia kulala. Then they start knocking. They took a lot of blood. The blood that I don't have. They took it. A lot of it. Like bottles zinatoshana hivi like 8, 10, sijui how many. Then after like, let's say after 3 days, they said, you have polymyositis. They were certain. Then, we started. So, you see, okay, let's say, we tried physiotherapy in Kenya. Kukandwa mimi nikikandwa nilikuwa nakuwa worse. Like, you see, okay, let's say, in the stage that I stopped walking, I had a 10-minute break. Imagine 24 hours, you get 10 minutes. Yes, like at around 4, sijui kulikuwa na kawitch kagani hapo hiyo time. Hapo 4:30, I'll stand for like 10 minutes. So like even kwa airport, like I was in a wheelchair nikifika. Then nikafika hapo 4:30 nikasimama for 10 minutes. And then nikasema ndio hiyo my chance kuzurura. Zikaenda, I almost fell and I was like shit. Nilikuwa nime-envision hizo tu inipea 20 more minutes ningekuwa nimepitia nijue nini zinakuanga huko nyuma. Sikupea hiyo chance na miguu. But like after that they were certain. So like their physiotherapy, okay. Oh, I was telling you. Physiotherapy ya Kenya, when they kanda you or whatever, mine got worse. So like that 10-minute break, like your time will disappear kabisa, sure. So for like 3 days kutembea, then we decided we stop because it becomes worse. So like the pain increases at night. Sitembei like throughout. Chana dina 1 minute. Adisipat. So but sasa theirs is different. It's like a machine like with like baby powder. Ama sijui inakuanga nini. White stuff. Kama unga hivi. yeah, they put it, yeah. Then sasa mimi, you know, I was immune. Okay, mom didn't like it, but me, I liked it. I couldn't feel pain. Nothing. So like I couldn't get stabbed like by a door. Nikianguka si feel kitu. Nikichomeka baridi. Me, I was just there chilling. I was a superhero. Nilikuwa hapo, I mean, this is very nice. I can't feel.
What struck me is how these guys work, yeah? They are so passionate. Mpaka you find these guys are working till 9, 10 in the night. They're not in a hurry to go home. You see, like the way here you find that nurses are running at a shift, there's another one coming to... No. There they can stay. They want to know what's going on. We want to help, you know. Like they could even do the work even 48 hours and not worry. They are so... What do you call it? Is that word?
Passionate about their work.
Yeah, they are passionate about their work. They go out of their way. They are dedicated.
They have that determination and
they
strength.
are so determined. Alafu curious to know, like, what is this? Okay, you say this and this. Okay, so let's wait. And they used to come, like many, you find, like there is a main doctor, there are other
even the CEO.
Yeah, even the CEO is there with you, the nurses. You find like in a room, you are like 10 of you.
I lie, I'm like...
Yeah, they do it differently. Here in Kenya,
I'm a president.
You are in hospital, you are calling the nurse, uko na shida, utakaa 30 minutes kabla kuje.
Like,
you'll be in pain, you'll even fall or you can even die. There, you can't die because they will come. Once you ring the bell, they are there within a second.
Yes, and if it's worse, they call everybody in the hospital. They can stop what they are doing. Wakuja kuuliza, what's wrong today? Tell me.
They are so determined. What now was the issue is their body strength. I think they are between from being vegetarian. They do not have any at all. They are not as strong as us. Okay, like me, I was used to carrying her, yeah? So
10 people
she needed to go to the washroom, she needed a lot of people to come to help. So I was like telling them, no, you just leave, I'll do it. They're like, no, they don't want. They want
to help, but like they don't have the body strength. So like, tunaweza kuanguka wote in the name of help.
Yeah, that was the issue. Like, but I liked the way they are so passionate. Their compassion, they're empathetic.
Nilikuwa na kwa kitu ingine hapo. So like, okay, after my first procedure, hiyo yenye nimewambia 60 shots and whatever. But like, you see the good thing, ati kama wakunieka anesthesia, that means you're put into that moment, and then after that you're fine. So that was nice. Then after that, sasa wakaanza kunieka. You see this thing for crazy people, like sijui inaitwa aje, unasimamishwa hivi and then you're strapped to nini. So like, to get me used to standing, because at that point sikuwa natembea at all, wheelchair 24/7. Because like nilifika India, I think like, so I was this sensitive, wrong environment. So like after I went to another environment, that 10-minute window haikuwahi kuja, ilienda tu na ikaenda ikiendanga. So you see, so I was starting like a newborn, starting to work. So nikasimamishwa, tukaendelea, and then sasa when we are continuing the tilt, okay, yeah, it's called a tilt table. Yeah, so unaeko vizuri, but sasa there were times, you know, lazima ukae, ulale hivi, ndio sasa waanze kukuinua hivi. There were times I was feeling nauseous nini. And then after that they said maybe I can stand. Nilieko kwa wall. Kwa hii wall sasa hapa, watu kaa 10. And they are male. Not women, male. Wameshikili, wanangangana. So you see, since I can't feel pain, so they were stepping on my toes. Mmoja amenikanyaga toes, mwingine amenishikilia mkono hivi, mwingine amejaribu kushikilia waist hapo, mwingine anajaribu kushikilia mabega. So imagine 10 people wanangangana tu in the name of me standing. Na mmoja tu akiachilia hivi, all balance wote tunaenda. So yeah, if you ask me, I was surprised. Mbona una nguvu? But like, you see, okay, like my grandmother, hizi vitu zote zenye tulikuwa nakula India nazitanga takataka. Like, because they mostly eat noodles, rice, spaghetti, chicken. Mama alijaribu kupika ugali, but they don't have corn. They have that sweet corn. So unakula ugali yenye iko na sukari.
I was just tired of noodles, rice. Alafu the food is spicy. I was having an issue with the kitchen all the time because walikuwa wanaweka spice.
Wanakuambia no spice mom, no spice.
Then wanaweka ati hiyo ndio no spice. So I had to be there in the kitchen with them. Mpaka ilibidi nianze kupika, nikaanza kujua market, what is in the market, nikaanza kujua oh the spinach also, okay, I can go get this, but unga ugali hakuna. I found the sweet corn and it doesn't taste so well in ugali. But it had to do. It had to do because it was too much spice, and that's the only thing you could have eaten. Alafu ukisema ati you try ati take out restaurant, ni spice sasa reloaded.
But KFC yao ilikuwa mingi. You order, then you get like a bucket plus another nini, then unaambia only 800 rupees mom. You see? And then you're like, wow, Kenya hiyo ni 10,000 imeenda hivyo in the name. Because chicken imejaa na ni buckets mbili, zimejaa zote. Then kuna like another nini, then sasa kuna chipo. You see, it's a lot.
By the way, it was, because there's a time we went, we were like, KFC, tumeorder. Like, we've eaten for 4 people and we've not spent, I think we spent 1,000 rupees. I'm like, how? Upward to spend like 5-10 G's. It doesn't make sense. Takeouts there are cheaper, I don't know. For a reason they are cheaper and their quality is actually even better. So her treatment protocol, I remember it was called sandwich protocol, and I was wondering which sandwich they were talking about. It compiled of after the diagnosis, that is the tests, have been confirmed. They know it's polymyositis. The first thing they did was hydrocolon therapy, which is where they clean the gut.
The first procedure I was done is called hydrocolon therapy. It is about your ass. And they put a pipe inside there. And like they fill up your stomach with water, like a lot of it. So imagine, go hapo. They don't give you anything to numb you or anything. You go hapo too. Yes, people are there looking. But like it was only females, so there's no problem. So, they started. I was doing well. Hadi waliniekea wimbo. They were kind enough to do so. So we were listening to songs. And then, after maji imemaliza kuweka kwa tumbo. Now the releasing part of all the bad bacteria. They were like, you say release when you want to release me. I wasn't sure what was happening. So it ended up becoming a very big mess. But it was finished. And then after that, nimekaa tu vizuri, nimesema finally imeisha. Wanasema we haven't put the good bacteria. Wamekuja like the same day ni wajaacha nitulie, wakajaribu, haikufika mbali. They said we will come tomorrow. They tried. I think some of it passed. It was a half situation. After that, nikasema never again in my 15 years. After that was done. So that was actually the first procedure. Then after that, the 60 shots without the anesthesia. After that, there was some MDIs in between. The MDIs are those mitochondria, metaphase or whatever. And in my 3rd session, I met my friend, the one that I told you who died. She was actually really nice. So she had an autoimmune for the kidneys, so that was really bad. But like, we used to meet up every night after our MDIs, we watch movies and nice. So she was very nice. And her mother, so we were there. She was really nice, but like her procedures were more intense than mine. So like there were days she was weak, I'll come visit her. When I was not feeling well, she'll come visit me. Yeah, and then after that procedure, it was the
Bone marrow.
yeah, bone marrow. Before the bone marrow, they take like Miss Jimmy ilikuwa na hallucinate because nilikuwa under anesthesia, but najua alichukua kakitu hapo because nilemka na patch hapa. Yeah, so I think they take a piece and they make it into cells, and then after that wanakudunga. Yeah, then after that kuna sasa hiyo ya muscles haya, they take blood, same process, but sasa hizi before uende unamakiwa na marker pen, unamakiwa x in all the muscles. Chodungwa usikie kitu si uko anesthesia, una hallucinate tu vizuri, acha isha. Unaweza kuzirai kwa hiyo kitanda. The pain you feel, you can't move because one wrong move and you're gone. The whole week nimeteseka because I can't move. Hadi kutembea, you know, like sasa, like, okay, see, there were times after like, okay, see, after a few procedures, nilianza kutembea like partly. So like partly, so see, I was working on that thingy for grandmas. So, sinaenda, but like, so if you like step, the pain you feel. So mi nilisema, niligive up. Hiyo wiki mi nilisema nisiguzwe. Nilikataa. Cause imagine you can't see it, you can't do anything. Cause umedungwa like under the thigh, so you can't even sit properly. So you like, you need a pillow ama kuna venye like, so me, see the bed can go anywhere you want. So nilikuwa naeka hiyo side ya kichwa juu, hiyo side ya mguu juu, then hapo katikati ikuwe chini, ndio like mwili yangu hapo chini siguzwe. Ikuwe. Yeah, because the pain you feel, it is not good.
There's some things that were stimulating the muscles, the hands,
the red light,
the legs. Then there's a brain stimulation. They were doing so many things on that room, but I didn't see anywhere where they were, you know, massaging the way they do it here in Kenya. They don't get into contact with you like that. It's just the machines. It's machines that do everything. So you have a whole day of treatment. There's no time at there's rest for a patient. It's like work. You wake up, bathe. Okay, I used to help her shower the first days.
They give you injection.
Breakfast comes. After breakfast, she has her. There was also supplements she was being given.
Yeah.
And most of these supplements are things we underlook, like omega, ashwagandha, vitamin C, vitamin D, you know, all those, thymoquinine. There's a mixture of different supplements that they were giving her. So, and some powders for the gut too, like not to mess with your gut when you're there eating and all that. So it was a number of things that we were doing for a long time. And it was supposed to go for a month. But of course there were ups and downs. There were procedures that were making her have some reactions, maybe to the medicine, maybe some were evasive, so they will give her like panic attacks. But within a month, she was doing better, yes, but she hadn't started working. And I started getting worried because, first of all, I didn't have the whole amount, remember? So before the month lapsed, I did an online fundraiser. Pesa ikutosha. So I'm here, she's not working. I'm going confidently to the CEO, telling her there's no way I'm going if this girl is not working. I need to see her working. So you naongea na confidence na sina pesa. That time you could have seen me, you could have thought I have like a bank with like 50 million or so. Zimeka. But yeah, I pushed him and the doctor was like, Mama, don't worry. Give me like 4 or 5 days. I'll make sure your daughter is working. Guess what? Iyo ni 4th ama 5th day. This girl of mine on my birthday, she came walking from downstairs. I think they used the lift, but she was walking. They came with the nurse walifungua, and that was a surprise. And I was given cake, and it was so lovely, so wonderful. I cried, and we cried.
You and who?
No, the people who were there.
Yes,
Mama Ruth.
exactly, but not me. Nisiingize huko.
Yeah, it was so wonderful. She started working. So the doctor had told me we're adding 15 more days because she had just started working. So she's doing it slowly with the help of, she started with the help of the crutches, those
This thing
four-wheelers.
for
But now
grandmas.
that day, she came walking slowly without any assistance. So she needed more quantum therapy. She needed more of this MDA. Unfortunately, she didn't finish her MDA because her nerves really blocked.
Siva nerves and veins.
Or veins blocked. So we didn't finish that. But within the next like 10, 15 days, now she was okay. She was even jumping. She was climbing upstairs. We could even go for walks. We could even go outside the hospital and come back.
We were taken on a trip.
Yeah, we were taken on a trip because the doctor actually promised her once she started walking, she'll take us to a trip, and they did.
I was glad I was walking. Yeah, even though there were a bit up and downs, at least I was walking. But so, like, so, there are times, like, my skin is on fire. Like, you can't see it, but me, like it's burning, like literally burning. Ooh, nasikia unachomeka, like kabisa, kabisa. And then like the doctors can't help you cause utapewa nini sasa. So like mostly me, I used to just go sit on the floor, lie on the floor. Like the coldness kind of helped. But other than that, at least I was walking.
So after that, we are about to finish our time there. Pesa haijatosha. So I'm like, we have to organize another fundraiser. But here, everyone is telling me, you've pushed people too much. Remember, I've done 3 fundraisers already. And this is a period of, we started the first fundraiser in December. To go India, it's March. And I want to do a 4th one. Imagine, there are people from church who called me and told me, Saitwa, you don't care about how many times you're going to do fundraiser. We're going to assist you to moderate this fundraiser. You do it. Whoever will assist you will assist you. Oh, sijali, we tutafanya. I did like 3 days before we were leaving India, and we got most of the amount. Then I talked to the doctor. I told him the situation. I didn't get all of it, but he said, Mama, I'm not here. You're not here for me to frustrate you. Just go to the accountant, have a plan, write, agree, do an agreement letter of how you're going to sort it out. Then you're free to go, and I wish you all the best. And that's how we ended up back in Kenya. We came in end of April, and we had to carry medication from there. So
And injections.
Medication, injections, and we were given a diet to follow, and exercises to do. We had to continue. I had to get a machine for muscle stimulating for her. So when we came back, we were strictly doing all those things. I was doing the injecting. I've been doing the injecting, giving her medication, following diet, which is no milk, no wheat, no meat. We've been doing exercises. We started with the small exercises like, carrying like 1 kg. When we were leaving India, she could carry even 2 kgs. You remember initially she couldn't even carry even half a kg, half a liter. Now, when we were coming back, she could do 2 kgs. So we were working on the muscles. We started pole pole, kidogo kidogo, muscle stimulating. So we had a schedule, like every day we wake up, we are going to do muscle stimulating at this time. We are going to do this. We are doing Zumba sometime. This time, like that. But we continued progressing. We started small weights, we progressed to more. Then there's a time we had spoken when she's a bit stronger, she can walk further, because now she was walking, but no, we were starting with pole pole, yeah. So when she was going further, we decided let's join gym together. So I was the motivator. I was supposed to be her trainer, but I got good trainers, so I explained the situation. So they were doing mostly the weights for her. So we were doing more of the muscle training for her. So we did gym for a while. At this time, the muscle stimulating, I was told to reduce it, because now she was lifting weights anyway. But we were going pole pole, like 3 kg, you know, for when she's weak, because an autoimmune is not something that just ends. It's a chronic illness, remember. So whatever measures we have are for managing. But the best part is Shannon is able to do everything on her own. She's going to school now. She's able to cook. She's able to bathe. She's able to do anything, even meet her friends for whatever. And in the process, she even found art as one of the things that keep her busy, and she's been selling her art while studying. Of course, here and there are flares, but not so much. Like in a month, you'll find it's 1 or 2. And the good thing also is the doctors there, they are phone call away. So whenever there's an issue, you just call them, they reach out.
Yeah, since I got back from India, I was still talking to my friend. Like she was well, she was well. We were talking, and then like all of a sudden I just heard she died. Like, okay, for a minute, let's say for like 2 weeks, my world just stopped. Because, you know, yes, okay, my mom is here, but like, you know, having someone you share, you're like, yeah, you deal with this, you talk about this, because like, you know, we are kind of relating because we're both sick. So you see, like a part of me like kind of died that day. But you know, you live for her, you did the best you could. And as for school, I did my interview like way back, like in June, but I couldn't join in June because I still had injections. Some flares were still going on, so we said it wasn't wise to join in June. So I joined in September. It was well for some days, and then this hand, actually, Mother Nature is against it. And keep in mind, I'm a right-handed, so everything like writing, taking notes, yeah, it's a bit difficult, but some teachers are very understanding, and some are very, she's came to anaudhika to existence. Like, you know, there's some teachers like who like students following everything. So like, kuna venye tu una feel kuna teacher anaudhika because we una get to break rules. Like, okay, according to him or her, I'm breaking the rules by not writing and not, because like I arrived to school late. I've been like given the permission naweza ku like smama during classes, like, you know, those it like sanaona huu mtoto amespoiliwa anapewa privileges na si ati hawajambiwa, so you're like, why you so bitter, why? But other than that, I'm good. I'm trying to listen, and hopefully I'll catch up.
Yeah, she's gotten back to school. I also need to say I've gotten back to my normal life. Okay, not the same way that I was doing it. I was employed initially, but at least I've gotten a gig for training students for graphic design. Okay, that is maybe a 1 month gig. I'm still looking for more. I opened a support group for people with autoimmune diseases. Some of them actually are approaching me because of the stories they saw and the testimony from Shannon walking. So they need to, some need to know like where it happened, how it happened, and how they can get assistance. So I think for me the support group is important, because I feel from the strain that we had, there are many other people. Actually, right now I'm talking to someone who has had almost similar experience as us, who wants to know how they can get assistance. So from the group, it's called Autoimmune Diseases Support Group Kenya. It's in Facebook. I'm able to explain things about diet that you can follow with autoimmune. I'm talking about different autoimmune diseases, because there are so many, and I'm talking about places you can get help. I even learned we were not supposed to go see a neurologist, we were supposed to go see a rheumatologist. So you see, some of these things I've been doing so much of research, at least I can be able to give someone a hand. And of course, I'm in groups where people with autoimmune are. There's a group called Rare Diseases in Kenya that we work hand in hand. So we get information, like now I know autoimmune diseases are chronic illnesses, and they're supposed to be in the category of the disabled. So there's a card given for such kind of people, and it's a privilege for such people. Those are some of the things I'm doing myself as I continue to help Shannon with her studies, how to cope school and mentally and all that. And also this whole process has helped me grow spiritually. I'm more in touch with God. I am more aligned with His ways, and I have more trust and belief in Him than I did before. So it's actually a blessing in disguise.
I'm really thankful to the people who funded and yeah, my friends. You know, like they're there, they help you, and you know, like there's this thing, like when you get sick, people like treat you differently. But you see, my friends, you know, so kuna bado tu ile watakufanyia tu vile. There's no like changing. You see, people like when you get sick, oh now you're fragile. I don't like that, because like everybody's now woye. Everybody's, I know it's scaring, but I don't like it. So you see, at least you have your friends. They're there. They still treat you the same. You know, like when you have to do that occasionally irritation from a bit time. Yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so I'm thankful for my friends. And I think it was a blessing in disguise, because, okay, let's say our family doesn't, kila mtu ako kwa group kake. But like when I got sick, everybody got like, there was this togetherness. See, everybody was like, we must do this, put our differences aside. So yeah, that's nice.
God made all this happen. Yeah, without God, we couldn't be here talking. But He sent all these destiny helpers, the friends, strangers. I used to get so many strangers sending cash. I don't even know some of them. My friends who are coming to visit. I got people from church. You know, I was a church person, but not so deep in church like that. But the support my church gave me made me realize church is not all about going to listen to the word, kutoa sadaka and all. It made me realize there is more. There is humanity. People also go through such things. They made me open my eyes. You know, my friends, even some we had differences from Kitambo. They came through in a big way, visiting, calling every day. Some even sending cash. The prayers, we had like weekly prayers for Shannon. I even learned how to pray through the Bible verses. I didn't know how to do that. That's the time I learned how to do that. Then the biggest of them all, family. After all this, I didn't know this is the thing that could bring us together as a family. Because in real sense, we've never been this way before. But they have come through in a very major way, especially my mom. this thing has made me see a different side of her that I didn't see. Even the rest of the family. Because right now, from that time, I could see the way they are holding each other together. They're calling me every week. They're coming to see me. They're doing this and that. They're spending all their time. Even when I was in India, they were calling me when I was distressed, when I was feeling like my head is going to blow. And they were there telling me things are going to be okay. Don't worry, things are going to work out. In kitambo, I couldn't think of calling them ati sasa niko na stress. Me, I used to sort my things on my own. But I've come to realize the devil doesn't like unity. The devil doesn't like unity. And this unity is what we actually needed. So this unfortunately had to happen for us to be here. For me to be here in spirituality. For me to work with people in unity. And for me to find myself, even the clarity, like even that going to work out, to going to exercise, is giving me mental peace. I'm having clarity. Having to read the Bible, having to talk to Shannon. We have a very good connection nowadays. Okay, not 100, of course. She's a teenager, but it's not the way it was before. So I thank God for that, because some people get here and everything goes haywire. You're not talking to anyone, you blocked everyone, hautaki kuongeleshwa, you need funds, nini, so many things happen. But I'm so grateful for everyone that came through. And I wish them all the blessings. I don't know how many, I think there are 1,000 and more, maybe 5,000, maybe 10,000. I even thank our Dr. Mahajan. That guy is God sent, a quasi God. Because on top of him being knowledgeable about the disease, he's very humane. Like, he's someone you can talk to. Like, him giving me like a pass to come back home with balance. Like, where have you ever had that? Him talking to me like a sister, or, he has so much compassion. That is something very profound. You don't find it anywhere. I thank him for that. That one I had to mention, because that guy, I give him all the respect. And he's someone I even call now whenever there's an issue. Even if he won't respond, he'll respond when he gets the message, because he's a busy doctor. And he's always wanting to know, how is Shannon, how is she doing, is there an issue? Whenever there's an issue, he'll always make sure you've gotten the right maybe response, medication, feedback, I'm very thankful for that. And for Pauline for referring me, the lady who referred me to India, because that was God. We hadn't talked for like forever. We were in school together many years back, but see God connected, your work plan, how he did things, I don't know. I just don't know. And I'm so thankful. Siwezi jua how I'll thank people more. I don't know what I'll do to them, but wabarikiwe. Everyone abarikiwe kabisa. Even you, Justus. You're the first person who did our story when everyone else refused. And we are here back. You have hosted us a second time. May God bless you. And you've been checking up on us. Before I cry, thank you so much. Thank you.